Hello, it's the 14th of December. It's my first video blog of some substance in a day or so. It is the first day of real beautiful weather here in Jordan, home to what I've discovered are perhaps the most remarkably glamorous and beautiful women that you'll ever come across in the world. So make that note of that if you're looking for places to visit in the world. And I've also been reminded again of how much genius and wisdom there is if you're just willing to open your mind and get it from wherever it comes. And you all had the opportunity to see my man who drove me to Masharek yesterday, who said one of the things that I think will stick with me for a long time after we were done filming. He said that I think that people are trying to make things harder than they're supposed to be. He said peace is supposed to be easy. Be quiet, be happy, be kind. That's peace. And all of the religions just want you to have peace. He said, Islam is simple, Christianity is simple. They're all simple. Be quiet, be nice, be kind, be good, and be peaceful. And we've tried to make them hard. And when we make things hard, we make them not real. And I thought that was really interesting, is that when we take things and we make them that are supposed to be simple, then we make them hard. They're not even the thing that they were originally intended to be anymore. I also thought it was really interesting that he said that you can't let people live rent-free in your head. And whenever you let people who aren't there at that moment inside your head to make you unhappy or to make you angry or to make you frustrated, what you're doing is you're letting people live rent-free in your head. And they get to take up your resources, and they get to take up your time, and they get to wreck your property. But they don't lose anything out of the deal. You're the only one that loses. And I started to think that I know that it's still in my life. There are people who are still living rent-free in my head. So that I thought was a really great insight. It's been a couple of days of really extraordinary experiences. I got to speak at Masharek School for the teachers there, a wonderful group of people. And Tamara, her mother, her dad, her brother, the entire Malhas family, thank you so much. You've made me feel special. You've made me feel welcome. And you have so much to be proud of. Your teachers, your school, your students, you should be extraordinarily proud. And I had a lot of fun speaking yesterday with their teachers, and I got to go back today and speak to their students who, we had a Q&A at the end of my keynote, which I've hardly ever done in my life. And I've got to find a way to shorten the keynote up so I have room for Q&A at the end. I was asked such brilliant questions by the students, like things that really made me think. I had one student just straight out ask me, why do you do what you do? Why do you give lectures? Why do you come here and talk to us? And that was such a cool question. And after you get asked them, you think of all the great answers that you wish you'd given. I think I said, because the number one fear in North America, to quote Jerry Seinfeld, is public speaking. And the number two is death. Meaning, of course, that the average person at a funeral would rather be in the coffin than giving the eulogy. But if so many people are afraid to do what makes me feel so alive, it seems that I have an opportunity to do something that not a lot of people will do. And I think that if there is whatever is the force that rules the universe, if you're given the opportunity to do something that not a lot of other people can do, and it seems to have a positive impact, then do it. And that's what I said. And I realized afterwards that I think the answer is simpler than that on why I do what I do. I don't do anything better than this. This is the thing that I do better than any other thing on earth. So why wouldn't you do the one thing that you do better than anything all the time? And I mean, it's great that it has an impact, and I'm so honored for that. But when you really boil it down, this is what I do better than anything else. So that's why I do it. I had someone ask me, are you saying that you should still do all the things that you did in high school, all the marks and all the extra and all the obsession, because it made you who you are? Do you still think that you suggest doing those? And I realize that I think I really do, because I know that marks open doors. But what I wish I known is that there's more ways to measure myself as a person than my marks. And I wish I'd known that back then, and I didn't. And would I still have driven myself to have all those marks and to do the things I did? Probably. But at least I would have known that it was my decision, and I wasn't trying to live up to the expectations of somebody else. Because I don't think that an unhappy life is ever a successful life. And to have the students ask such amazing questions was a really cool experience. And so I'm so glad I got to do that. I want to say thank you to Kay, and I want to say thank you to Ms. Riham, and I want to say thank you to everyone at Amman Baccalaureate today. The group of people at this school have had such a big role in me coming over here, and I'll never be able to thank them enough. And I'm glad that the presentation today for the teachers seemed to go well. Tomorrow I'm really looking forward to working with the students and being a part of that amazing facility. But it's a really beautiful day right now. It's been a beautiful day the whole day here in Jordan weather-wise, but the sun's going down. There's this little haze out over the... I'll just turn it around and shoot it at the end. There's a lot of mud on my window, but there's just a real feeling of peace here, and I think that maybe I'm listening to one of the wise people who was here on this trip to say that just make sure it stays simple, because peace is supposed to be simple. It's only when we make it hard that we turn it into something else and it stops working. So it's been a wonderful day, and it's one that's brought me a lot of peace, and I'm really thrilled to have had the chance to once again meet extraordinary people, visit 2 more amazing schools. I have Amman Baccalaureate again tomorrow, and then in Jazz, one final one for some university students here, and then I'm back in the air tomorrow night to return to Canada. But I wanted to say it's been an amazing day or so since I last had the chance to really chat. And I've learned a lot from a lot of great people, and I've had some wonderful kindness shown all the way along. And I want to say thank you to everyone who did that. So this, with the reflection a little bit. Sunset in Amman.